Today in the studio, I am lucky to have Jennie Walker, who flew in just to be on the show and also to take the trip with me to London for British Airways. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Donna.
Now, where do you live now?
I live in New York City.
Oh, I thought you flew in from... You're here all the time?
I'm here all the time.
You only grew up in Texas?
I only grew up in Texas. I've been here 10 years.
Now, see, I'm thinking that you had to fly in, we had to work around your flight schedule.
I know.
You could come on the show any day you wanted.
I know. So you're based here.
I'm based here too. So
okay.
See, it takes
I thought
British
you flew
Airways flying us to London for us to meet each other. Crazy.
I thought you flew in.
So Jennie Walker, you created this album called Night Flight to London.
I did.
Now, I thought you wrote it for the British Airways Contest that we just won because we're flying to London, but that's not necessarily the case.
No, it's not true. I've been working on this album for 6 years.
Okay.
It just so happened that when I found out about the competition, I'm like, well, I have a song, Night Flight to London. It was written on a night flight to London. It's called Night Flight to London. I'm like, this seemed like the perfect opportunity to, do a pitch around my music. And also, it kind of forced me to think about myself in a business context, which I hadn't really done fully. And this really gave me an opportunity to craft and think about my pitch and who I am as an artist and as a small business person.
Now, you've completely funded this album,
I did.
one track at a time.
I did, 6 years.
So what was your day job before you became this multimedia crazy recording artist mogul traveling all over the world?
Well, believe it or not, it's fundraising. I've worked for President Carter and the Carter Center in Atlanta. That was my first nonprofit job. I was head of research in the development office. We were a big volunteer family, not big givers financially, but we gave of our time, and that's just how I was raised, and it seemed a natural fit for me.
Yeah, we always say you give of your time, your talent, and your treasure, but as long as you give, so obviously that you were raised well. And so now the transition between having your day job, raising enough money to fuel your passion that you had probably since you were a little girl, am I right?
Always.
Okay, so now tell us about that, now that you've accomplished this and you've got your actual physical
I know, I'm
CD.
so excited. Can I touch this?
Yes.
I've only had it for 24 hours, so in my hand.
She just gave birth. So when you actually saw, who was the first person that you called to tell them, hey, they're here?
I didn't really tell anyone.
Okay.
But I did announce it on Twitter, and
Wonderful.
That's the way I didn't actually call anyone, but I used social media to get the word out.
And I knew, which was exciting. So now I feel like I'm on the inner circle of
you are in the know.
Wonderful.
You're in the know really early.
I'm very excited about this. I can't wait to hear this. Congratulations!
You're so cute.
I'm really genuinely happy for you.
I got a new friend.
Yes, of course.
It's been too long. Your light has gone out of my world.
So now the song that you wrote, the title track, Night Flight to London, you wrote it in regards to an old boyfriend.
I did. Old boyfriend, but we're still friends.
Okay. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice. So does he know that you've done this now?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we stay in touch, and I was on a night flight to London, traveling from New York to London to spend time with him, and I was just really thinking about what lay ahead of me and enjoying spending time with him.
I like even the titles, Your Father, Your Mother, The Subway Glass, Black Hat, It's Our Time, Hero in My Eyes, I Crossed My Own Line, The Optimist. Who wouldn't love The Optimist? A song called The Optimist. I can't wait to hear this. Rise Above the Pain, Did You Notice Me, and I Want to Show the World. So
there's big stories behind every one of those songs, and it's very meaningful. There's no bubble gum here. I mean, this is for people who've lived a bit of life. I'm in my 40s, and I write about issues that we deal with, like the death of my mother, which was really difficult. That song, Rise Above the Pain, was written about a friend who had lost their mother, father, and brother.
My goodness.
Within months of each other.
Live It Up was inspired by my spouse, Tom, who passed away when he was 42 from colon cancer.
Oh my gosh.
And he wrote a song called Life is Only What You Make of It. And Live It Up is short for that. So the way that you bring tribute and care to people that you love and honor through your music, that's kind of the whole idea of the show, was basically that. It's like to live every day to the fullest, to celebrate life and to look for the goodness in others and try to help the world. So
Wonderful.
that's Live It Up in a
Wow.
nutshell. So
I had no idea.
So for your pain to be able to come through to help others is phenomenal. I seriously cannot wait to
Oh
take
my
a
gosh,
listen.
I'm
There's
serious.
one thing to have a concept. There's something different to put it into action, to see it through to fruition, and to give birth to your own
I know.
CD.
It's very exciting. It's very exciting.
Very excited to have you here as a guest.
Thank
And
you.
I can't wait to travel with you. We're going to have lots of fun.
I know. I'm excited. I can't wait to hear what you think of the music. Really,
I'm going to listen to it now.
that's
Will
gonna
it
be
play in
great.
my computer? We're gonna rock and roll right now. Okay. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you, Donna, for having me.
You're welcome.